Going live. Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. Let's see if it notifies anybody that I'm here. I like how Instagram says, hang on, we're telling your friends that you're live. I don't know if Facebook doesn't notify anything. So, hello. Okay, I see some people on. Joining. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you see this and are here. Hello. Hello, Simply Hooked by Janet. I see Julianne is on Facebook, and Kim, hello, welcome. I'll give everybody a few minutes to get notified. If they get, it did notify you, woohoo! Yes, that's good. Hello, welcome. Are you guys having a good Wednesday? Oh, so I'm working on, you can't see it, but I'm working on a design. I feel like I should have probably just grabbed like a mindless blanket or something, because this takes a little bit of concentration, and I feel like I'm gonna mess it up the whole time. I'm working while I'm talking. It's very like different stitches, like there's different, each row is different, is a different stitch combo. So yeah, I'm probably gonna mess up trying to talk and crochet at the same time. I'm not very good at that. I should have grabbed something mindless, but I don't even know. The only thing I have right now that is mindless, like truly mindless, is my son's dude blanket that I am making him, and it is ginormous. So that would be hard to crochet right now too. Hello, welcome. Let me know that you're here, what you're working on, if you're crocheting as well. This is actually the first time I've crocheted today. I've been working on the primrose blouse, new pattern, or old pattern, new update. I'm like rewriting the whole thing. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm typing it up, but of course I run into some issues, and I cannot stay focused. When I'm typing a pattern, I cannot stay focused. Thank you, Laura. Laura said that's so pretty. Yeah, isn't it pretty? I'm using this this stuff from Knit Crate. It didn't come in a box. I think it might have been a past box, but I ordered it. They have, if you're a member, if you get their membership box, or one of their membership box, they have a bunch. You get like sales sometimes, like exclusive sales and coupon codes and stuff, and so they had like a double down sale is what they call them, and I got 2 of these. So that's what I'm using. It's like a fingering weight yarn. It's 80% Peruvian Highland wool and 20% nylon. I love it. It's super pretty. So I'm excited for this. This should hopefully come out in March. We'll see. But yeah, it's really pretty. What was I saying? Oh, I can't focus when I'm typing. I can't focus at all, apparently. When I am typing patterns, yeah, I just get so distracted so easily. I have to put my phone in my bedroom, and I have to like close out everything because I get so easily distracted. My son has ADHD, and he's got it pretty severely, and he cannot stay focused at all. And everyone says he got it from me. Like, I'm not diagnosed or anything, but I definitely have a lot of the same traits and issues. So it takes me forever to type up a pattern. So I'm not even halfway done. And I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be done before my live. Not. So I'll probably put it down. I need to, because I really want to work on this and work on it again tomorrow. So we'll see. I told everybody I was going to have it ready by Friday, so I need to get it done, but we'll see. Hello, welcome. Let's see, I think we've got, I have to scroll every time. It's annoying on Facebook. Like, it doesn't just automatically like Instagram does. Anyways, hello, let's see, who do we have here? Roxana, thank you. She says, beautiful color. Bridget, hello. Let's see, who do we have here? we have on Instagram, we have all the Instagram handles that I can't say, but hello, welcome. There's 11 of you on. Hello, welcome. What's the weather? How's the weather where you are? Is it still freezing? We're actually in Florida. So in Florida, it was 80 for like a week and like low 80s, and it was nice. I mean, I will admit it was nice. But then today, or overnight, it rained. We got rain. A front came through, and it's cold today and wet and rainy and gloomy. So I would much rather be sitting on the couch crocheting than typing a pattern, but oh well. So, and then it's going to be like 80 again by the weekend or something. So we're just having this one little front coming through. I don't know. But other than that, it'll be warm again, and I'll be complaining about it being warm again. Let's see. Bridget says I'm also from Instagram. Awesome. Yes. Great. Earth Shattering Kaboom says, snowing. We are on our 9th snow day of the year for school. Wow. That's a lot. Man, we don't have snow days. We have, I remember when we moved here, I was like, they don't have snow days. We have hurricane days. So just like snow days, we have a certain number of hurricane days that they are like allowed to give before they have to make them up. I don't know how many it is. Probably like 5 maybe, or 3. I don't know. But yeah, will you have to make all those up? Yeah, she says, I see our summer slipping away. Yeah, that stinks. Ah, no fun. Man, we didn't have to take any. Last year, when we first moved here, we'd lived here for like 3 months. Irma came through. So right where we were. So they closed school for a week. But they worked something out. I don't know what they did, but we didn't have to make up any days. So the boys didn't have to make up any days. So that was nice. But yeah, we have hurricane days. Hello. We're having a few more people join. So I was like trying to figure out what to talk about and to, you know, if I should have like a topic or if we should just chat and this and that. So I came up with 10 things you may or may not know about being an independent pattern designer, not necessarily crochet. And I might do a few more of these. Like I had a few other ideas of like 10 things you may or may not know. Just like catchy things. I don't know about crochet or about running an online business was one of them I thought of. Or being your own boss kind of thing. Like just funny little quirky. I thought it would be fun to just come up with like 10 fun things or 10 things that you may or may not know. So today I'm going to do 10 things that you may or may not know about being an independent pattern designer. This can be crochet, knit, sewing, I don't know. And I say independent because what I mean by independent is we work for ourselves. We design ourselves. So I'm an independent pattern designer. I don't work for any yarn, like I don't design for any yarn company specifically or anything like that. Like I've submitted my patterns to Happily Hood magazine and I work with them, but like I don't work for them. Like I put out I self-publish my patterns basically is what I'm saying. So I am fully independent for the most part. And then like I said, I have submitted some patterns in different places. But like some designers like work for companies and design for them. So that's what I mean by independent. And I'm just going to give you my experiences. So, and I think one of them I mentioned is it's different for everyone. So just keep that in mind. This is not like professional, like this is just my thoughts, my own experiences. I guess I should disclaimer that, right? Okay, so I even wrote it down. I wrote it down in a notebook, but it's not my sorry guys, I am dry throat. It's not my typical designer note, like designing notebook. This notebook is like my food journal. So I was thinking of it and I had to write it down. So I wrote it down in my food journal. But I wrote it down so I won't forget. Hi Trista, how are you? Okay, so number 1 of the 10 things that you may or may not know about being an independent pattern designer. And if you have any questions, just ask and I'll scroll through and answer, hopefully. I'll see them. Trista says, will you put your list in a blog post? Yes, I will. I had planned to do that as well today, but yeah, that didn't happen. Hopefully soon. I'll work on it today, tomorrow, this week. Okay, so number 1 is it's fun. It's a super fun job. I never expected to be sitting at home every day crocheting, or planning a crochet design, or, talking to other crochet. That is not something I ever expected in my life. That was not like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a crochet pattern designer. But it is fun. It's, yeah, I get to crochet for a living. That's cool. So it's really fun. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number 2, there's a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of math involved. When I was in high school, I hated math. I hated it. I think I made my only C in math. I wasn't a straight A student, and then math happened, high school math, and I made a C, and it sucked, and I hated math, and I was like, I'll never use this crap when I grow up, or when I'm, in whatever I do. And I use math every single day that I've been a pattern designer. So much math. I'm like when I was typing up the Primrose blouse, or rewriting it, I ran into a math issue, and I've been sitting here for 30 minutes working on math stuff. There is so much math. So if you hate math, I hate it. I do hate it, but it's doable because I like crocheting and I like designing. But there is a lot of math, especially since I design mostly garments. You have to, thank you for the hearts. You have to grade your pattern for different sizes. So, what is that? Extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2X. That's 6 sizes that I always do, and sometimes there's more. So that's 6 different numbers, sets of numbers that I have to make work in the pattern. So much math. So much math. Mammy No Designs, is that how you say it? Instagram names, I can't ever get them right. She says, what do you like to design the most? Definitely sweaters and tops. Women's sweaters and tops, they're my favorite. And lots of math. So much math. So if you hate math too much, this might not be the job for you. All right, number 3, it looks different for everyone. And this is kind of what I started out saying. Sorry, guys. It's different for everyone. Every pattern designer does things differently. I mean, there are things that we do the same, but that's the thing about being an independent pattern designer. You do it, you're your own boss. You do it your own way. There are standards, don't get me wrong, there are standards. Craft Yarn Council has all those standards, and I try to follow those standards mostly because if you're gonna submit your patterns to anything, they're gonna want you to follow those standards. People don't, designers don't always, but it's just a good thing to go by. But it looks different for everyone. I don't sketch out my design ideas. I cannot draw. I can barely do stick people. I don't sketch. It's in my head. It stays in my head. I imagine it how I want it to look, and then it just works into my hands and I make it. I don't write it out. I mean, I write it down. I do write down my pattern ideas, but I don't sketch anything. Some people sketch out beautiful pictures. Like some designers sketch out their whole design idea in a picture. And I don't at all. I don't, like none. So, I mean, it looks different for everyone. Some people type the pattern up as they go. I don't. I write it in a notebook. I have notebook upon notebook upon notebook of patterns. And I write it in a notebook and then I transfer it to my, now I lost the word, my pattern, basically, my template. And then, I'm losing my hook. And I type it up. Some people do it as they go. I don't. Some people do patterns, like have lots of patterns written down, but haven't transferred, but transfer them to the digital all at once, and publish them all at once. I don't. I've thought about it, but I forget what I did too fast. Even if I wrote it down in a notebook, I forget the details too much. And so I come up with an idea, I figure out yarn, I work up the pattern, I write it in a notebook as I go, with pencil, and then I go straight to the computer once I've completed it, figure out all my math, and type it up, or else I will not be able to do it. I'll mess up. So, and I make lots of mistakes anyway. Let's see, what do you use for grading? Can you suggest some book or site? Craft Yarn Council has all your standards. You're going to get all your size chart and all that. And then I use gauge. I use my gauge and I determine this. I use this Craft Yarn Council size chart and the gauge to figure out all the numbers. And then math, lots of math. Say, Michelle, I can't draw, but I can crochet. Yes, I wouldn't know if I drew a picture of what I wanted to make. I wouldn't know in just a picture. I wouldn't know what it was, at all. So I don't sketch out my stuff. So it looks different for every designer. Like the process looks different for every single designer. And that's the beauty of it. That's what makes it so cool and so fun and such, yeah, a great thing. Okay, number 4, there are a lot of us. So when this hair, these glasses, let me show these to you guys for a minute. They're my blue light blocking glasses. I got them on Amazon, and because I get headaches when I just sit here at the computer all day. And so I heard that helps, and I think it does. It feels like it helps, so we'll see. But I've had sinus stuff, so we'll see. Okay, there's a lot of us. So when I started I started Two Brothers Blankets in 2013. I started designing in 2014. I'm sure there was a lot of us, but it didn't seem like there were as many of us as there are now. There are a lot of pattern designers, but that's okay. It's a saturated market, but we all have something to bring to the table. And I have learned that, and that's kind of been a learning process for me, that we all have something to bring to the table. There's no good enough, not good enough, whatever. I don't know. We all have our own style. Like I said, it looks different. And I have customers and followers, I guess you could say, that have literally been there since day one. It seems like I have some loyal customers and it's crazy, how amazing. And there's just some people like my style of patterns, some people like other people's. We all have something to bring to the table. So it is a saturated market. There are a lot of us. But like anyone who can crochet can design. That's how I started. I saw something, my Spring Breeze sweater blouse was my first sweater pattern. I saw it as a fabric top, like in an ad, and I was like, that style sweater would be cute crocheted. And I talked to some other crocheting friends, and they were like, try it. And I just tried it. I just did it, and it worked. You know, like I didn't say, I'm going to be a designer. I'm going to learn how to design. I just did it. Like you just, I don't know, like it just happened. And so any crocheter can design. So, I mean, of course there's going to be a lot of us. There's a lot of crocheters. And we all have something different to bring to the table. We all have different design ideas. We all have different ways we write. I will write totally different than some other my pattern's totally different than some other designers. We all follow the same basic steps, I guess you could say, you know, the same stitches or whatever, same abbreviations for the most part, but like we all have something different. So there's a lot of us, but that's okay. Let's see. Number 5, this was a good one. We make mistakes. Independent pattern designers are not perfect. We are human. I don't know any alien independent pattern designers. We make mistakes. We are not perfect. Our testers are not perfect. Our tech editors are not perfect. There might be a mistake in our patterns. I've had a pattern or two or more that have been written up by me, tested, edited by me, tech edited again by me, and still have problems, still have issues, or still have a mistake in them. So, yeah, we make mistakes. We are not perfect. Trista says, that's why we test the pattern before you publish. I've even had tested patterns have mistakes in them. I need to have it like triple checked. I really do. But I mean, I've had patterns have no mistakes. Like, it's been amazing. Like, I've had my testers know I make a lot of typos. Like, most of my issues are just typos anymore. Used to be I'd have like math problems and, you know, issues with that. Most of my issues now are either typos or fit problems. So my testers know what I mean when I have when I say we make mistakes. we do. None of us are perfect. None of us are completely perfect and can, you know, spot every little mistake at every time, you know? So if you find a mistake in a pattern, just let the designer know. Politely, please. It's not fun to get like fussed at for a mistake that you didn't even realize you made. You know, like, it's not fun. So, and I usually just say, thank you, I'll update the pattern, thanks for letting me know. Like, I want to know if I made a mistake. I want to know that, to fix it. So, yeah, just let us know, and we'll fix it. And, I mean, I know people that have, like, designers that have had to, I'm going to hold this up and put it away, because I'm not crocheting. I know designers that have had to like take patterns down, and I've even had, I don't know if I took it down, but I almost did, because there were so many issues with it, and they wanted to take it down, not sell it while it was being fixed, which I think is awesome. Like, I think that is very credible, while it was being fixed, and like re-put it out there. So, I mean, and she's a great designer. It happens. It happens. Kara says, I'm glad you're doing it in Instagram too, because the Facebook Live just stopped and didn't let me join anymore. Uh-oh. It's still on here, I think. But yeah, I do it on both, just because I can save it on Instagram easier. I just click save at the end, so I do it on both. It's just makes it easy. We are human. I just appreciate when the designer owns it and changes it and updates. Yeah, I mean, most of the time. And I'll check. And I've had times where people have thought that I made a mistake and I didn't. So that's kind of awkward. But I have to be like, no, this is it. But most of the time they're like, oh, okay. So either way, if you think there's a mistake or you think there's a problem, message me or message whoever the designer is. Send them a message. Just be polite about it. Just be nice. That's like my thing lately with my boys and everything. You guys can totally see that's not supposed to be in the in the shot. My light. So yeah, that is number 5. Number 6. It's a slow process. Designing, growing as a designer, growing a business. It's slow. And I hate that it's slow, but it's slow. Because when you get an idea, you're like, I want to get it done. And then you have to, like for me, my biggest issue, and I know a lot of business owners, designers, people in general, time is such an issue. And like, it's not so bad right now because I'm home and the boys are at school now. But when the boys were home, or are home in the summer or during breaks or weekend, I'd like sit down and do a few rows. If you're a mama, you know, sit down and do a few rows and you have to get up and do something for the kids or, whatever, cook dinner. Why these kids gotta eat, so it's like it's so much interrupted work. Like that's what it feels like. So that's just in the crocheting part of it. And then you have to type it up, and I hate that part. Sit there and type it up, and then you have to get it tested. Not all designers get their patterns tested. That's another live. Or tech edited or whatever, and so you have to wait on that. And then you have to take pictures and edit and set a date and advertise and market, and it's a slow process. It is a slow process. Designing a pattern is a slow process, and just like growing as a designer is a slow process. So if you're looking for a quick and easy job, I wouldn't consider this a quick and easy job. But it is fun. So back to number 1, it is fun. Number 7, it's not all sitting and crocheting. Like, we don't get to just sit and crochet all day long. Some days, yes, some days. But a lot of days, like I said, I haven't touched crochet until just now. Because I've been on the computer all day. I try really hard to do like half and half each day. I try to get a little bit of computer work done in the mornings, and a little bit of crochet done in the afternoons into the evening. Some days I'm on the computer all day, literally all day. That's why I got the glasses, so that I could not have a headache every time I get on the computer. It's definitely not all sitting and crocheting. There's a lot of computer work. There's typing it up. There's taking pictures. There's marketing. There's social media. Yeah, it's a lot of other things. And a lot of people think that I sit and crochet all day. No, I don't. And I crochet a lot less than I used to. Like, I know if you've been following me for a while, you know, like, when I first started, it was like Ravelry and Facebook. Like, that was it. I started my website in 2016, I think. So about then is when it started to get like so much more than just Ravelry and Facebook, you know? Like, I had to advertise elsewhere, and I had to be on Instagram and email list. I started an email list this year, or 2018, within the past year. It's a lot more than just crocheting and putting it out there. Like, you have to get it seen. You have to, you know what I mean? So it's not just crocheting all day long. Number 8, it is a constant learning process. I am constantly learning new things every day. all the time, and not just like crochet techniques or math stuff. I don't know. Like, it's constant learning. Different, I mean, a lot of it is crochet and all that, but also how to run a business, how to take good pictures, how to, I mean, like right now, me and my husband are trying to learn how to take indoor pictures because it is so stinking hot here. I don't want to have to take pictures out in the 100 degree, 98% humidity weather in this all summer long. Like, no, until November of next year. Like, even when it's like, that's when it's the worst, when you're getting into fall stuff and it's still 98% humidity outside and hot. So we're trying to learn indoor photography, like lighting and backdrops and all the things. So, I mean, it is a constant learning process. I am constantly listening to podcasts and reading books, and like this year I'm trying to learn, like I'm calling it the year of learning, even more so, because I want to learn how to knit, and I want to learn Tunisian, and I want to learn new stitches. Like, I pride myself in my easy patterns, simple, I don't know if they're all easy, but simple, but I kind of want to advance myself a little bit, and maybe my customers will too. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to know so that if my following, my customers, are interested in more advanced stuff. I mean, you know, I know most, but I don't know Tunisian very well. I don't know knitting very well. So it's constant learning. If you're an independent pattern designer, it's constant learning. You're learning new techniques to your craft. You're learning business stuff. You're learning photography stuff, social media stuff, all the things. So it is a constant learning process. I mean, I've even learned, like, I've done patterns, I've written patterns one way and then learned a totally different, easier, better, whatever way, and like I've changed the way I do things. Like, it's constantly learning. You're constantly. So be ready to learn if you want to be a designer. Number 9, it can get lonely. I work at home by myself all day. Like, I love what I do, don't get me wrong. But it can get lonely. I don't leave my house a lot. Like, everything I need is here. So I leave my house in the mornings to take my kids to school. And I leave occasionally in the evenings or occasionally during the day. But if I can, I try to get those solid, 7-8 hours of work in. So it can be lonely. I have friends here that are stay-at-home moms, and they go to lunch all the time, and they get together all the time during the day. And I can't do, like, it's hard. I have to be disciplined not to do it. But you gotta be disciplined. So it's a lot of, it can get a little bit lonely. It can get, but that's why it's great to have the online community too, which is awesome. Like, I don't know how people did it before social media, but it is nice. I've made online friends, which you know that's a little bit different. And you still got to be disciplined. You have got to be disciplined to put the phone away and get your work done, like, so it still has that aspect of loneliness. Like, you're still all alone at home working. So just, it's not the work atmosphere that working outside of the home has, where you see other humans and adults and interact and talk. So, yeah, there's that aspect to it. That was number 9, right? And number 10 is just kind of funny and quirky. It can be hard to explain to non-crocheters or non-crafty people. I don't know. I need to ask, like, what other if you're a designer here, what do you tell people that you do? Like, I tell people, but they think a lot of times people I have known for a long time, like even family, I'll say, I'm a crochet pattern designer. I write patterns for crocheters and publish them so they can make the same thing too, right? That's usually like the gist I give people. I still have people be like, how do you make all those sweaters for everybody? How do you make so many sweaters at once for, do you sell all those sweaters? Like, no. I make one. I make one sample and that's it. Like, people think I sell the finished items. Like, that's what they think when I hear crochet and I sell my crochet and my work is crochet. Like, that's what they think. So it can be and then the other day at church on Sunday, a guy asked me he was asking my husband what he does, and he's telling I run a pool business, and he's like, what do you do? I said, I run my own business too. And he's like, oh, what do you do? And I said, I'm a crochet pattern designer. And he was like, huh? I was like, it's hard to explain. I just kind of was like, yeah, never mind. So people it can be hard to explain. People don't understand. And then I get people though that are like, oh my gosh, that's cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, I mean, it can be a little bit of hard to explain. People don't get it, but it's cool. And then I have people that find like they don't get it at first, and then they see the stuff online and they're like, oh my gosh. And then what's cool is then they refer me to like, or show my page or whatever to people they know that crochet. So I was like, oh, you do get it. So yeah, but that was number 10. So yeah, those are my 10 things. Let me recap. It's fun. There's a lot of math involved. It looks different for everyone. There are a lot of us. We make mistakes. It's a slow process. It's not all just sitting and crocheting. It's a constant learning process. It can get lonely, and it's hard to explain to non-crocheters. So those are my 10 things you may or may not know about being an independent pattern designer. I hope that made you laugh a little, or made you think a little. Brandy says the loneliness can be really rough. It can. I find that self-care, and I know self-care is like so overused, but it's true. Like self-care and discipline, those are the two things that I have to practice, I guess you could say, to keep myself from getting too lonely, too down in the dumps about it or whatever. Like, I have to plan things. I have to make time for things outside of the house. Since I work from home, I have to make time for things outside of the house. I have to get with my girlfriends. I have to go on date night with my husband. I have to do things like get my hair done, get my nails done, whatever that looks like for you. You have to do the things that make you happy outside of just work and crochet and designing and working from home. You know what I mean? So, and then discipline, when I need to get work done, I cannot go out with my friends who are stay-at-home moms that are going out to lunch every other day or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's that, I have to be disciplined as well. I have to, when work needs to be done, I need to get the work done. And it's hard, for some people don't understand. They're like, come out, come do. And I'm like, I can't, I have to work. And they don't understand, like, because I can't just leave my business, like it has to, there's always work, always something. So, it can be lonely, but it's discipline and self-care. Those are the two things I think that help combat that side of it. And like I said, the social media community it's great. It's because you can meet other designers or crocheters or business owners, whatever, they get it. You know what I mean? So that's the nice thing about being an online business owner is you have that online community as well. So yeah, that is my 10 things you may or may not know about being an independent pattern designer. Does anyone have any questions or like want to ask me anything? I don't care. Let's see. I will scroll. I totally get it. It also makes it hard when you're alone most of the time and then be a wife and a mother. Yeah. any kind of business from at-home business, I feel like, or running your own business, even if it's not at home, because my husband doesn't. He works outside of the home, but he runs his own business. The balance. I have a whole blog post on that too, and a live. I think I did a live on like the balance is of just because my biggest issue working from home, being a mama, being a wife, running my own business is like keeping the house clean. Like, my house is not messy. No, my house is not dirty. But like, I'm like, y'all, I told my boys this morning, I was like, I'm going to write down a list of all the things that need to be done. And I'm going to check mark all the ones that y'all could do instead of me doing all of the things. Like, y'all got to help out. So, I do a lot of housework, kind of like, you know, loading the dishwasher, getting the laundry done. Like, I have 3 baskets just right over there of laundry that need to be folded. But I try to do like the housework kind of stuff, the momming, not the momming, but the housewife, you know, whatever, cleaning, sweeping, laundry, dishes, whatever. In the mornings when the kids are getting ready for school, while they're eating breakfast and all, I try to throw a load of laundry in the wash, or fold a load of laundry, or fill up the dishwasher or whatever, and then eat in the evening, like after dinner, like after I cook dinner. And then I've got like this new routine I've started where I used to take the kids to school, come home, work out, shower, get dressed for the day, all that junk. And it would be 10:30 before I would even sit down to start working. Now I get ready, try to get somewhat ready, dressed at least before I take the kids to school. That just gave away. Oh, my live went away. Sorry guys, I just lost Facebook. Anyways, I try to get ready for the day beforehand and then work out in the afternoon. So that works out nice because I kind of have like a quitting time, like an end time for the day where I finish working, go get my workout in, shower, get dinner ready, all the things. So that's good. Well, I don't know why Facebook just cut me off. Jeez, and now I can't even see it. That stinks. Did it just totally go away? Facebook has been so difficult lately, y'all. Oh, there I am. I guess it just cut me off. I guess you only get so much time. I think with Instagram, you only get so much time. I don't know. But I've been on here for 40 minutes, so it's time to go. I'll write up a blog post with these too, just to have, just for fun. And then I'll do another one next week, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So if you think of something you'd want to know about or whatever, or a topic idea of any sort, let me know. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. I'll see you here next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, guys.